that's our focus about effectiveness of the seller. Your approach is a bit different. It's really focused on how do you remove friction for the buyer, right? So I know you've been championing that for years, and now you're using AI. So first things first, tell us about like what is the pain that you saw, the
Mhm.
challenges that you saw, over the years, where you ask yourself like, hey, there needs to be a new approach here, and I'm going to build a company around it.
Right. So I won't let you off the hook of asking me my passion because the passion goes hand in hand with the question,
Okay,
right?
cool.
So I'm known as a passionate individual, so I lean into that passion. But yeah, my passion right now and where I'm focused for obviously the foreseeable future is the strategic use of artificial intelligence in the go to market strategy, motions, and campaigns that roll up to those motion space, right? I think there's a lot of efficiency to be drawn there. And I think there's a lot of good, not only for the go to market revenue org sales marketing channels, that whole piece of it, customer success, but then turning it on its head, exactly kind of leading into what you just said, which is looking at it from a buyer perspective.
Mm.
And that kind of goes back to your question, like, why am I tackling that as the problem versus doing something like what you're doing, which is very needed, very, very
Yeah.
great. I've done that all my careers, looked in the say, inward towards our sales departments, right, and our revenue organizations, and driven efficiency and growth there, and that's very necessary. And we still need great people and companies to work on that part of the problem, that part of the equation, right?
Yeah.
But what happened was, you know, in my 27 plus years of experience, you mentioned decades, so I'll tell you what it was or what it is. But in that amount of time, about 22, 23 of them, I've been a leader, right? So I started off working up through the ranks, purely selling, and then player coach, leading sales, and having to still carry the quota, and then ultimately to leader. But when you become a leader, you become an executive buyer.